Coffee is life, bro. Coffee is life. Hey guys, it's Jackie from the Financial Literacy Tribe coming at you with another video. Today, we're going to be covering how to create additional margin within your budget. And if you're not familiar with what margin is, I want you to check out my video on how to budget, because we go over exactly what margin is. And for those of you who are wondering and you're just chomping at the bit and you need to know right now what margin is, it basically is any money that you have left over after paying all of your bills. We all have bills, we all have expenditures during the month. After you've paid all that off, most of us have a small or a large, depending on who you are, money left over that's not going toward bills that you could just spend on yourself or whatever. People call that either margin or disposable income. But that's what we're talking about today, how to create more margin within your budget. So there is in reality only two ways to create additional margin in your budget. So we're going to discuss the two ways now. The first way to create additional margin within your budget is you want to
cut expenses.
A lot of people find this to be terrifying. I see tons of people going on social media or whatever, like, they don't want me to drink my lattes at Starbucks anymore, whatever. Nobody's trying to take away your Starbucks lattes, okay? I live off of caramel lattes. I make them at home now because I'm cheap and old, but I get it, sis. I get it. Nobody is trying to take anything away from you. In my opinion, the best way to cut any type of expenses is to just really self-evaluate your life and think about what are the things that really add quality and value to your life. What are the things that you love, that you're passionate about? Are you really into fashion? Great. Are you really into what vehicle you drive? Great. Are you really into computer stuff? That's wonderful. I'm so happy for you. I wish I knew more about computer stuff. Trust me. But whatever it is, keep those things. Keep them in your life. Nobody's asking you to get rid of them. What we are asking you to do, in terms of cutting expenses, is get rid of everything else. That means that the excess fluff, the filler, the things that you are spending money on that is not really adding value to your life, those are the things that you should be focusing on getting rid of, not the things that you're passionate about and you love. For example, when I was going through my budget, when I was going through this process and just like cutting expenses, I found that I was spending an excessive amount on things that I didn't even use. I had so many subscriptions to a whole bunch of different services that I literally maybe used like twice in a year or something like that. As an example, I had signed up for those like the massage subscriptions at like my local like massage parlor, and I literally only went like 3 times in the year. Like that was it. I was paying $70 a month to go and get 3 massages a year. That's a ripoff. So that was the first thing that I cut. Are there other subscriptions or things that you're not using? Are you paying for a gym membership and never going to the gym? Paying just to say that I had a gym membership, because I literally like never ever go to the gym. So it's examples like that where we are asking you to cut things out of your life that do not add value to your life, that are not important at all. Get rid of them. The second note that I want to make about cutting things out of your life and cutting expenses is that sometimes you don't have to eliminate something completely out of your life. You can actually find a cheaper alternative. And this is something that I'm a big fan of when it comes to things like your internet provider or your phone provider. These are things that they're essential nowadays. I feel like most people, unless you are living under a rock or living in the wild, I don't know. But most of us is probably, if you're watching this video, you probably have Wi-Fi, you probably have an internet provider, and you probably have a phone carrier. So can you negotiate? Can you negotiate a cheaper price? Can you find a cheaper provider? I'm not sponsored, obviously, but I will tell you that I switched from Verizon, from my phone carrier, to Google Fi. And sis or bro, whoever you identify as, wowzers. When I tell you the amount that I saved just by making a switch, like, or my other favorite thing to do is like for my cable and my internet provider, like most of us have like that like limited time offer where you're like paying a super cheap price but only for like a year or something like that. As that year's about to like end, I like giving them a call and just being like, hey, just so you know, I'm thinking about switching to A, B, and C company. And then they're like, no, 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 we'll extend your cheaper price. We'll extend it for another year. So, you know, you got to be a little vicious sometimes. You got to be a little bit of a savage and just make sure that you are negotiating down to the best price possible. Eventually, you will have cut down expenses as much as you possibly can. So then the next step 2 in creating additional margin in your budget is going to consist of making extra money. Now, I know that sounds like, oh, well, Jackie, if it was so easy, I would just go out and be a billionaire. Like, I get it, sis. I get it. But the thing is thankfully, we happen to be living in an age where making a little bit of extra income is actually very, very easy. We are living in the age of the side hustle. Welcome to the age of the side hustle. This is the age where people can make money on the side. It's not going to be like full-time income, I'm sure, and provide like benefits and stuff. But if you're just looking for a way to just like make a little bit of money on the side, it is easier now than ever. Like, do you have a vehicle, for example? If you drive a car, you can deliver food or DoorDash, Uber Eats, Postmates, Grubhub. Do you eat food? Do you go to the grocery store? If you go to the grocery store, you can pick up stuff on Instacart and deliver it to people, give it to people. If you happen to be going to the grocery store anyway, if you have a bachelor's degree and you maybe are a night owl and you like staying up late, you could translate and teach children English in foreign countries using VIP Kids is a company where you can do that sort of work if you wanted to. Are you handy? Oh my gosh, this is like such a big thing. Are you good at like putting things together, IKEA furniture, mounting, doing like light like housework and stuff like that? TaskRabbit is huge. I actually have a friend that actually makes full-time income cleaning houses on TaskRabbit. Like, and I'm the opposite of a handy person. I don't really know how to do anything. So like if my boyfriend's like not around, like honestly, TaskRabbit has been a lifesaver. So if you're good at doing things like that, like mounting things, assembling furniture, doing like housework type stuff, TaskRabbit is really, really great, and you can potentially make a lot of money on it. I know that firsthand. Are you very creative? Do you make things? I have tons of friends that like know how to knit, and I'm so jealous because like I don't know how to knit. It looks really hard. Or crochet, or they're very artistic. If you feel like you can actually produce a product, you can sell your product on Etsy and have like a whole brand and stuff. I think that's really cool. And then, of course, there are also more traditional means of making additional income. If you already have a full-time job, do they have overtime available? You know, if that's something that's available to you, it might be worth it to just put in an extra 30 minutes a day or a couple hours a week or something like that and make additional income that way. Or if you have like a license or a certification of some kind, there's a lot of agencies where you would be able to put in extra work. As I mentioned in prior videos, I am a nurse. And so for me, when I was trying to create additional margin within my own budget, I got extra weekend work. I had like a regular 9 to 5 Monday through Friday job, and then on the weekends I signed up with a nursing agency, and I would do home nursing, home care nursing on the weekends. And so I would do that Saturdays, sometimes Saturdays and Sundays, and I made extra money that way. So guys, just as a recap, there are 2 main ways that you can create additional margin within your budget. The first way is you're going to cut expenses as much as you possibly can, which we talked about already. It means cutting out things that are not important to you, haggling and hustling and making sure that you're getting the lowest possible price on things that are important to you. And then the second way to create additional margin within your budget is going to be to produce extra income. So you're going to want to look into possible side hustles. What are the skills and the things that you have that somebody would be willing to pay money for? And so those are the 2 ways that you are going to create additional margin within your budget. I hope you found this video to be very helpful. If you did, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel. If you would like additional resources on these same exact types of topics, I have tons of them on my blog. So you're gonna wanna visit my blog at focusedfrugalfab.com. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.